February 6, 2010 was the annual FIDM Art of Motion Picture Costume event. It's an exhibit with over 100 costumes, and I found Monique Prudhomme in one of the aisles. Here's what she had to say. We're with Monique Prudhomme, and we're standing in front of the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus costumes. And can you tell us a little bit about how they were contacting you, how this came to be? Did you have any say or arrangement in the costumes that were chosen for this exhibit?
Yes, I was. The production was contacted, and they asked me to put an exhibit together. So I went into my pictures and where the costume were, and I kind of so I reshuffled things and ordered things around. And Michael Black was very, very helpful in putting all this together.
So did you dig through the boxes yourself?
No, because some of it, yes, because there was costume in Canada, there was costume in London, there was costume in collections of people, so it's been kind of the same way I put the costumes together, which was hunt and gather, you know, big, and kind of compose. I had to redo that, the same for this. And I sent some pictures, and the people who created the exhibit did really well.
Oh, yeah. I think so too. It's a beautiful representation of the film. So when you started this film, how much prep time did you have?
I think we started, not very much, about 7 weeks.
Wow. You are kidding me. How long did you guys shoot?
We shot very much April, about 5.5 months, 6 months.
So were you able to do your prep while you were shooting as well?
Yes, well, we had to. So it was very challenging at first to get things going. So we shot in London, and for about 5 weeks, and then we shot all the exteriors and all the real life stuff with the caravan and the theater, and all the life in London. And then we moved to Vancouver to the studios to do all the blue screen. And in between we lost Heath Ledger, which created a whole new dynamic for when we picked up again.
Right, so when that happened, did you sort of have to rethink the design? I mean, you know, I know that everything was kind of redone, but how did it affect you guys in the costume department?
You know, it turned out, fortunately, it turned out really well. Yeah. Because what happened is, because the character Tony is kind of arrive in the car with the group and hides in with the group. There is a part where he has only one suit, and then he puts on some theater costumes like the Pierrot costumes or the tutu, but eventually at the end when they do the last final show with the mirror and the black and white, he wears his own suit. So when he goes through the Imaginarium, he goes with this suit. So when Terry Gilliam reconfigured the character as, let's say, one character is played by 4 people. So there is the real life one, the romantic one that was played by Johnny Depp, the ambitious one that was played by Jude Law, and Tony meets his fate. So the dramatic Tony, played by Colin Farrell, but they all start with the same suit because they just came through the mirror. And it's all related to the real life we shot in London.
Yeah, that's amazing. So when you, looking at all of these pieces here, and they are so beautiful, who did the fabrication and construction? Where did you have that done?
We did fabrication in London, and we did fabrication in Canada at our shop in Vancouver.
So when you were in London, you had a shop that was just like you, still prepping while shooting. And how was that for you, balancing your time between being in the shop, being on the set? Tell me about that. Was it intense or was it okay?
It was intense.
Well, I only say that because I understand.
It was, you know, it was challenging. It was very challenging, and it was nerve-wracking, but it was at the same time extraordinary. Yeah. It was incredible. I mean, to work with Terry Gilliam, who is always 200 ideas ahead of you, whatever you do, but is at the same time open is interested in things. The fact that it was a totally open concept in terms of we didn't have to do a period and stick to it. Right. We knew that this guy is immortal. He's traveled the world. So he has old stuff. You know, I found old stuff in secondhand store. I found stuff in costume houses. I found stuff. I bought sweaters in Zellers, and then we composed and created in these characters and these costumes without any regard to reality of the period it was just image and character driven.
So you were not bound by those kinds of constraints. And how nice is that?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a costume designer's dream.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, your work is beautiful. I mean, it's really stunning. How did you tell us about how you got the job? Had you worked with Terry before?
No, it was the movie is a co-production, UK, Canada, and it was suggested to Terry to meet some Canadian costume designers. So I met him. So the first thing is that I said,
great.
I'm so honored. My resume is on his desk. Then I said, wow, I'm going to meet him. And then he said, do you want to do the movie? And I said, oh my gosh.
I would have died.
You know,
that's great.
It's kind of how it worked out. And I think that he met a few people, and I figured we had interesting things in common in terms of ideas and imagery, because when you go to an interview, you bring material. I do. Anyway,
so what did you bring for something like this?
Well, I kind of had ideas for I took the 5 characters, and I didn't have that much time to prep, but I have a big library because I'm a book collector and imagery, and then I went into Chinese books and Indian books and pictures of immigrants and what's happening in Russia and Poland, and collecting fabrics and things, and then building some ideas, because in fact what you do when you meet a director, in my opinion, is to start a dialogue, and you start a dialogue based on imagery, shape, color, because we as the costume department always work with the actors, but we work with the art department, we work with props, we work with the director of photography. We're always part of a whole. We're not just all by ourselves doing a thing. So during this, you bring ideas, and then you discuss things, and then when you get hired, then you go further, and that's how you get the ball rolling.
It's good. I guess your research paid off, because you got this beautiful job and did such wonderful work. Congratulations on the award nomination.
Thank you very much.
So did they call you at 5 in the morning? Were you asleep, or were you like, could you not sleep all night? I mean, be honest, because maybe you couldn't sleep all night. No,
I was very honest. I never thought I would be nominated. I always thought that there is the luminaries, costume designers, that always been that I admired, like Colleen Atwood and Sandy Powell. I always think that they would be nominated, but not. I did a rag show, but I didn't. So I slept very soundly, and at 10 to 6 the phone rang. And I said,
oh my gosh!
It didn't get and then after that I had to go on the internet and check it out, because it was
You didn't
unreal.
believe it? They said your name. That's cool.
So it's really exciting. I feel very honored, and it's very powerful. It's a powerful feeling to be among such fantastic
esteemed
designers.
Company. Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
So are you working on something now, or tell me about how things are going? And
I mean, we finished Dr. Parnassus about 1.5 years ago. So I've done some work recently, and I finished a movie just before Christmas. So now I'm on hiatus. There is the Olympics right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know you're from Vancouver, right?
Vancouver.
Big
so
time.
So right now I'm enjoying every minute of this
yeah,
beautiful
you should.
moment.
So let me ask you: did you get? Did they fly you down here, or did you come here by yourself?
Yeah, yes, they
FIDM flew you down here. Flew you down here. Awesome. High five. And they put you up somewhere? Nice. Is it a good hotel?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah. Wow, good for you.
Thank you.
So, and you'll be back again in a month, right?
I'm going to be back here for the Costume Designers Guild.
Oh, wow. So that's
because I'm
the
nominated
25th,
there, the 25th.
Right?
And then the Oscars on the 7th.
So do you know what you're going to wear?
You know what? This is the worst question because, you know,
Because
as
it's
you
our
know,
job.
it's our job, but we're behind the camera, you know? We dress people, but we don't dress ourselves.
Like, come on.
So now we have
Do you
to-
have? You don't have any ideas?
Yes, I have a lot of ideas.
So are you going to make it yourself?
I probably have it made, yeah.
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 That's the best way to do it.
That's the only way. You know, if I was 6 foot tall and the size that was 0, it would
Yeah.
maybe different. But this, you know, to be real, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
in the reality.
No, I'm totally.
You know what I
hear
mean?
you. Yeah, I do. Well, I'm so excited for you. This is really wonderful, and congratulations on all the nominations. You totally deserve it, and it's
Thank
very
you.
exciting.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.